So I found a unifoam filter for this motorcycle, NU2315. I bought it off eBay. As I had been using, it was just a cage. I don't think I had any foam in it. I'm not sure where I even put it now. I don't see it offhand. If I do, here in a bit, I will set it aside and I will put that in the video here shortly. Anyway, so I'm going to oil this up, slip it in. I bought a top for it. Actually, I bought a whole assembly because this bike had been running the tried and true green wire. It was just kind of tied in there to hold the filter in, which again, I didn't have much of a filter, and as a youth I didn't realize that I really needed something like that, and I sometimes ran it without the side cover, so it'd be open carb down the dirt road. So no wonder the bike is all as messed up as it is. Anyways, so we got this. I'm gonna oil it up, stick it in, put this all together. That way I don't have to worry about it here when I'm stressing about trying to get the motor running. So get started on that. So here's the old foam filter I'd been using for years. You could see, I don't even remember where I got this foam, but I wasn't sure how it went, so I just did it like this as a kid. So it kind of worked, I guess. I don't know. I super glued it, I guess. I don't remember now. It's been 10-15 years ago. So the left is the old tire and the right is the new. About the same aggressive. I bought this because it was supposed to be good for hard stuff as well, which is dirt roads, and that's mostly what I drive. So the front is a little different. It's not as aggressive, and I figured, well, if I'm riding on a wet brick road, if it rains, I might want a little bit more traction on the front. We'll take a look at those here in a second. But so factory size tire was a 3.5 by 18, and I'm running a 130/80-18, which is coming out to be like a 5-inch wide tire. So I'm way bigger than what a factory is. But we'll see how it goes. So as you can see, the front isn't as aggressive. It's more of a trials tire, I guess. Kind of? I don't know. I have trials tires on the little Hondas in my trials bike, but this tire really definitely need to be replaced, because this probably would break off if I put it under too much stress there. So oh well, she's getting new tires and we'll see how it goes. Well, the rear tire's on, got it mounted, got some air pressure in it. I need to actually air it up. Doesn't look bad, looks really aggressive, kind of like it. Probably should have made sure I was going the right direction. Yep. So I went ahead, ordered new hardware for down here because I had just used a hairpin clip. Got a new brake nut adjuster, or a brake adjuster, because that one's rounded off. I realized I had the axle in backwards, so I put it the right way, and for some reason now I have some extra hardware. I need to figure out what actually I need. Still need to get some cotter pins for it. But other than that, the rear tire is on. I buffed up the brakes. I think they should work, at least for this year. I got the new chain guide in, so that'll be helpful. Maybe we'll see. I've had it run into the tire before when I was earlier, years ago. So I'm going to turn it around and start it on the front. New front tires on. Kind of grippy, not as aggressive again. Also, while I was at the dealership getting a tube for the rear, I went ahead and got a one of these, so that way I don't smash my face into it. Mounted up with a camera mount, so hopefully I'll have a on the handlebar and one on the helmet. Getting a little bit closer. I got the seat back on. Now if you say, wow, that looks amazing for a bike that was this crusty. Well, that's because when I was in college, it's going on, it'll be about 9 years. It'll be 10 years in 2023. I reupholstered this, so that's why it looks really nice. This is marine vinyl, so it's meant for being outside, and it doesn't look too bad. There's some stuff I'd change on it, like the piping on this side kind of comes up a little short. It's dirty though. It has some stains on it from sitting outside, these odd stains, so I will try to work on that, clean that up a little better. I cleaned it up last night, put it back on just to give it the looks. So onto the wiring here. Obviously I got this side apart. However, the other side around here, the wires tore on me, so I taped it up, and then I got to thinking, I don't want to deal with this during the race. If one of these wires breaks, I'm done. That's it. I am out of the race. I will be troubleshooting, and I don't want to do that. However, I can't get them out of the plug because this plug seems to be seized together. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is go back to this style of plugs. I'm not sure why Kawasaki did this. Mine were taped up, so it was probably just to keep moisture out. Fine. I'm going to go ahead and go back to this style for this connection here. Also, the sheathing, I can't tell if the wires are really brittle. They might be. Or if it's this sheathing, because this all is very stiff, and I understand why they had a lot of tension on them, because they're just bent like this to come back over to the CDI box. So I'll leave this one because this is all nice and supple. So the CDI stuff seems nice and supple, but my coil kind of seems to be the part that's lacking. It's a little chewed up there. I'm a little worried about that, but I'm not gonna. I understand why now. I'm not going to fret it a whole lot. I taped up the one bunged up wire on the other side, so I'll just be wary of that. I got new bushings for this, for the side cover coming, because I don't want to destroy side covers, especially since this one's, boop, that one's gone. They'll be here later this week. As far as the rear, this is the bushing I need to have in on this side to keep this side tight. I'll try to get that in here later. I'm going to take the rear tire back out to get the chain on, get that all lined up. Yeah, so it's all kind of coming together. Tank's drying now. Got the first coats of primer on it, and we'll kind of see what's going on. Okay, so I went through and redid the ends on all this, and you may ask yourself, how does he keep the green and white part, the two? Well, I just put a little Sharpie on it. Hopefully that'll work. I'll probably tape everything up. I think everything will work out pretty good. This wire I think is my ground from my kill switch, and this of course goes back over here to the motor. So I'll get everything plugged in here in a second. I may have to cut the sheathing some more, but I think this will work out. Hopefully it's not super rainy. We'll find out. Also, this bike is really hard to troubleshoot just for the fact of most bikes have batteries. This bike does not have a battery, so it's kind of hard just to turn the key on and go, okay, are we getting power? Are we not getting power? Simplicity, yet a little bit trickier to troubleshoot. I'll live with it. Alright, this part's done. So I got the motor mostly put back together. The other side I got the magneto in and all of that, and I can say the crank is probably a little bent because now the magneto is rubbing on something in there. 5 hours, that's all it needs to last me. 1 hour race, 4 hours of break-in, and a little bit extra, or 3 hours of break-in. Alright, so I realized I probably ought to start videotaping this part of it. So I was having a hard time with this O-ring. It kind of had tension on it, kept wanting to pop back in. But good old grease saved me. I was going to try to use the putty knife to stick it on and connect it. Oh, as you see, it already popped out. So a little bit of grease and 2 hands here helps to hold it. But that's what it kept doing, so I'm going to have to put some more grease around, and that'll seal it. I was worried about the timing of this. Not to worry, it's got a gear. The valve is slit there, so no worries there. My battery's about ready to die, so I'm going to end it here and keep going. So here we are. It's the Thursday before the last weekend before the race. So I have this weekend, and then it's the week before the race coming up here soon, the Sunday before the race. Boy, what trouble have I gotten myself into. I got the motor put back together. Turns over pretty good. It was a little tight, had some little issues. That gasket is not sealing there. Whoops. Alright, well, this gasket was not a good gasket to begin with because it kind of was really flimsy. I kind of wanted to push out. Obviously, it pushed out a little too far, which is kind of crazy. But this is just the air box. It feels like it's mated up there, so I'm not going to be too worried about it. So I thought I'll put the piston in, then I'll move it out because I can do all this stuff in the bike, you know, getting the pump set up. I need to get new hose here because this is obviously not the greatest, and I was going to do that tomorrow. So I went to put the piston in, and I've been fighting it all, I don't know, a good hour trying to put it in. Compressing the rings and everything. Piston's nice and cleaned up. 1.00. I bought some piston rings out of, it was England actually. KD175. What I thought was 1.00 pistons. Problem is, if you look right there, they actually overlap. So I can't actually put them in. Okay. We'll just use the old pistons. Oop, I need to keep that separate. We'll use the old piston here. That ought to work, you know, get me by. It'll be low compression. We'll get through the race, no problem. Well, the problem is they don't even touch. I suppose between 8 thou and 26 thou difference in between there. That's a good 1/8 of an inch, if not more. So I'm at the problem of, well, did I read something wrong? And I may have. Although I did buy 1.0 pistons, and these do say 1.0 on them right here. I don't know if I can get it in the light. Oop, let's see if I can get it on this. They do say 1.0 right there. So, my problem is, where did I get messed up, or where did these get messed up? Those could have very well been swapped out at some point in time with some other pistons, like some 250 pistons or a 125 setup. This 125 isn't that much smaller. Actually, it'd be the other way. These could have been 250 pistons or 200cc pistons rings. All right, hold on. Let me think about this. 1.0 for that. Yeah, 200 or a 250 would be a little bit bigger, so it'd sit right. Anyway, so this is where I'm at right now. Piston's cleaned up, ready to go. So I went ahead and ordered some 40 over pistons, which may be the right pistons I need from a place in Wisconsin, but they won't be here till Tuesday, the Tuesday before the race. So I'm debating, do I cut these down with a Dremel, slip them in? That way I can at least test run the bike and get some time on it before the race. Boy, is this all kind of stressful now. Again, I still have the Honda. I don't want to use it because I have to put a lot of time and money into this Kawasaki. A lot of time and money. It'd be nice to run it. Anyways, this is where I'm going to end the video tonight so I can post it for Friday. This Thursday night. Need to edit it and everything and post it up tonight. And it is about 7:30. So, what will I do? That is a great question. I don't know. I'll think about it tomorrow. Definitely get the engine in the frame. Worst case scenario, I'm putting everything together in the bike, which is doable. Not fun, but doable. I haven't even tested my electronics. I don't know. Carb set right. And you may ask yourself real quick before I quit this, well, are you sure that's not a 125? Because they did make KD 125s and KE 125s. Well, it says 174 cc's on it, so it is definitely 175. Oh boy. And it's supposed to rain all next week. Most of the week, so Looks like I'll be doing a lot of tuning next weekend if I can get this thing going. I'll be tuning it Friday and Saturday before the race, breaking it in. That's a lot of stress to put into me. Anyways, this is where I'm going to end this video. I'm going to continue on going as far as I can. And maybe I'll have an update video. Maybe I'll just do the gas tank video before before the race. And we'll kind of go from there. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more drama, I guess, as you would call it. No, really, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Also, one quick note. If you see me at the race, whether I'm on my CL200 or my KD175 here, stop by and say hi. I'd like to meet you guys. Thanks again.